Do you have a gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. This message is sponsored by DGS, the Degenerative Gambling Society, aka Cat Nation Live. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cat Nation Live, Saturday edition. UFC is on. The fun is here. Jesus, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Bon Boo Boo, good morning. Robert, good morning. Brandon, good morning. Fender Bender with a bunch of excuses why you can't be in green, good morning. Who dat Bob in the house, good morning. Henry, good morning. Says the GOAT always bounces back. We did. We did. My brother from another mother, Renaud, good morning. Sheriff in the house, bright and early. Anthony, good morning. Says, love your game of the week winner. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Eric, good morning. Alex, good morning. Alex says, interesting morning talks this morning, right? Matt, good morning. JJ, good morning. Eric's trying to make $5,000 a day. You're in the right spot. Jesus says, can we have UFC every week at 10 a.m., right? Is it on ESPN, the undercard, I'm assuming? I'm going to put something on the screen here. It's a little early in the morning. It was a weird fucking night last night. It was a weird night. Then again, that was just my habit at the golf course. Frankie, good morning. Get these prelims on. I feel a sneeze coming. Dishwasher Nation, right? Hey, let's be honest. If you can't afford a $9.99 Cap Nation membership, you probably shouldn't be betting on sports anyways. But hey, I'm definitely not one to judge, that's for sure. A lot of wrestlers on this card today. Alrighty, just getting everything up and running. By the way, plays are posted. Plays are going out. If you're on them, you'll have them here shortly. Bada bing, bada boom. They are sending. If you get them online, Thomas, thanks for jumping on board. My personal place, Sophique. Frankie, I see you in here in the chat as well. Renaud, I see you. Double dipping, premium and personal. Glad to have you on board as well as everybody else. Brandon and Zach jumping on board premium plays. Double dipping both of you right there on premium and my personal plays. Who dat Bob jumping on board. Robert, May, and Richard jumping on board premium plays. Tyler, Robert, I see you double dipping. Richard. Aaron Gore, thank you. Mr. Burke, thank you. Anthony, double dipping, thank you. Federal jumping on board. Mr. Bracken's jumping on board. Jesus jumping on board the Max Fight Pick Parlay. Pack jumping on board the UFC and the Max Fight Pick as well as the Max Fight Pick Parlay. Glad to have you guys on board for all of the fun. Still plenty of time to get on board for the UFC if you're not already on it. Still plenty of time to get on board. Let me find the docs. There we go. Live chat coming up. So that way it stays on the screen. Mauricio, good morning. John, good morning. Alex, it won't be on anybody's account until they actually post it. So when they post it, it'll show up on your account. So later today, you'll see it. Dante says, great game of the week. Bounce back. Always. We always bounce back. We always bounce back. All righty. Live chat crashed. Give me a second. Let me get it back up there. All righty. Mr. Warden jumping on board my personal plays today. Glad to have you on board. Let's see here. See if we can't get this live chat up and running. Keeps crashing on me. At least the feed doesn't crash. At least it's just the live chat. There we go. Get this page up there. Brandon says, Kyle, I think the $10 is the best deal around. I normally only bet a couple of days a week, so it works out great for me. You know, I hope they never change the $10 a day. And I'm sure they will. But I'm hoping that they don't. I don't mind it being at $10. It is what it is. I make great money betting the games, same games that I'm giving you guys myself, so. Ronald says, let's get this paper today, game of the week. I parlayed with the baseball game. Beautiful, brother. Thank you. You're very welcome. Dodgers getting the job done. Freddie Freeman with that plus 700 anytime home run. Anytime home run. You know what's on my mind when I say anytime touchdown, right? Hold on one second, guys. All right. K-Win Bets. Game of the week was a smash winner. Thanks, Kyle. Always welcome. Always. Thank you for being a part of it as well as everybody else that was a part of it. All right. We're going to jump right into it. Remember, this live is only going to be live for about an hour. We're only going to be live for about another hour. So we'll jump into it. And why is it a short live? Because we have a second live. Why do we have a... Brandon, you're killing me, right? I know. First thing I saw first thing I thought when it happened was, I wish he was still on the Braves. I wish he's still on the Braves. Average card collector, sad that the system plays are done. I know, right? Fuck. It is depressing when... And I know in the playoffs we had a couple little slip-ups in the early rounds. They still end up, 5-2 in the playoffs. But on the year, the full season system plays 203-10 for the regular season. 203 wins, 10 losses. That sucks that it's done. You know? It's disappointing. I mean, not in a bad way. I mean, disappointing that it's like, he's just dependable. You know, it's just dependable money. But make sure you guys get on board it for next time. That way, and you get on board from the start, you know? Think about the hockey guys. You guys all have been doing great. But what about those first 15 winners? You know, it's a lot of winning. Hold on 1 second. All righty. Les, good morning. But yeah, system plays done for the season. It's like, I always say that if you could give me baseball for 10 months out of the year and let me bet just system plays, it'd be the only thing that I bet. Literally. All right. But hey, 203-10 in the regular season. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. And we will absolutely take it going into next season, which will be great. And, you know, before we know it, it'll be spring training. Before we know it, it'll be spring training. Mauricio, thanks for jumping on board my personal plays. Abraham jumping on board premium plays. Glad to have both of you guys back on board for today. All right, so back to what I was saying. Why are we only going to be live for about an hour? That's what you might ask. Why? But why? Why such a short time, Kyle? Because we have a second live show. We have a second live show for the cool people that names appear in green. Like Average Card Collector, Greg Engel, Les, Renaud, Alex, Dante, Mauricio, John, Jesus, Who Dat Bob, the Sheriff, Anthony, and anybody else that is a YouTube exclusive member will have access to the second show, including Greg Engel. Good morning. Greg says, a hell of a day with Kyle's plays. Kyle's big play, hockey and soccer. Hockey won soccer, which was a plus 140 underdog winner yesterday. Plus 140 dog winner. As Sheriff says, glad to be part of the cool guys, right? Thank you, Nick. Nick will have access to the second live show. But if your name doesn't appear in green, and I might just single you out on purpose, and I don't feel bad about it, but you guys won't have access to it. Clint, you won't have access to our members-only live show, which is going to be focused 100% on live wagering. Gennaro, you won't. K1 Bets, you won't. Brandon, you won't. Fender Bender definitely won't, because he'll still be making excuses that he's a dishwasher and can't afford it, but yet is still betting. Gotcha. But you won't have access to it. JJ, going to miss out. Frankie, you're going to miss out. Eric, Matt, you guys are going to miss out. But it's okay. It's okay if you guys miss out. Michael, what's going on? But yeah, we're going to have a second live show that'll start right around 12:15-ish, 12:20 Eastern time. Good morning, Tim. You're going to miss out too. Look at me. I'm just calling you all out today. Silva just getting dominated. Sheriff says it's Saturday, literally the best live day for action. Fuck yeah, it is. All right, I know there was a question. Somebody asked, what is a system play? Oh, you're not a dishwasher. You've got a permanent one. Well, sounds like a personal problem. But hey, if you could bet on sports, you can afford a $9.99 membership on YouTube. That's for sure. Hell, we don't even make $10 off of it. I think they take 40% right off the top. Clint says, what is a system play? Which type of bet is it? It's a progressive betting style on how to bet only baseball. It only applies to Major League Baseball. So it's just something that we've honed over the many, many, many years that we've been around. And a lot of people talk about them. A lot of people talk shit about them, but that's just because they're not us and they can't do them. Alrighty. Ronald says, moneyline play for the chat. UL Monroe moneyline plus 230 against South Alabama. It's all right, Fender Bender. You know what they say about excuses, right? Everybody's got one, right? It's like an asshole. Everybody's got an excuse. Everybody's got it. But no need to make excuses. You're here. It's all good. When you hit that 13-legger, huh? Uh-huh. Well, I won't be holding my breath to see your name show up in green. David Maving, Arthur, Les jumping on board. Devin Jackson, Ying jumping on board. My personal plays. Glad to have all of you guys on board. Dante says, I love Navy money line. Clint, sides and totals or player props, just straight money line. They're only money line bets. It's a progressive betting style of betting only baseball, but they're done for the year. Only baseball. So for a prime example, before I jump into the breakdowns, here's a part. And they're usually not high money lines. Occasionally we'll get stuck with a 160, but usually they're in the 130s to plus money. I mean, here's a little stretch. The end of September, Royals plus 105, Twins minus 110, Mariners plus 105, Orioles minus 152, Diamondbacks minus 168, Cubs minus 168, Diamondbacks minus 145, Yankees minus 120, Mariners plus 110, Padres plus 100. So, a lot of little underdogs, and believe it or not, most of our losses that we had, of the 10 losses that we did suffer, were underdogs. I think 6 or 7 of the losses that we had were underdogs. It was good, though. It was a lot of fun. Don't worry, Fender Bender. You're still welcome here. Even if you're full of excuses, don't worry. You're still welcome here. Yeah, Clint, the beginning of the season, before baseball starts, they always do an early bird sale. So it usually saves $500 off the early bird. It's normally $1,500, but it drops it to $1,000 if you do it in the very beginning of the season. So you got plenty of time. Nick, is guaranteed Saturday posted? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Guaranteed Saturday is posted. The FC Group's NBA, which I didn't even know they were having one. I heard about it. NBA Game of the Month is posted. Everything for today is posted. Mr. Urban jumping on board my personal plays for today. Glad to have you on board. Oh, Michael, there's your comment too. Timothy says group hog. Yeah, it's normally $1,500 or $400 a week. But when you do the early bird sale, it's only $1,000. Alex says, Kyle, you may need to clarify the $9.99. The members only is not $999. It's only $9.99. Yes, $9. There we go. Clarified. It's $9. Thank you, Alex, for clarifying that one. Members only is only $9. God, can you imagine if they charge $1,000 a month for it? Alrighty. I need to make sure I got these UFC bets in. Make sure I got them all in. Hang tight, folks. Stand by to stand by. Then we're going to break down some games because we're going to jump on it. By the way, there is a daily free play posted if you haven't seen. There is a daily free play posted if you haven't seen. That includes a copy of a ticket with a $1,000 wager in it. And y'all know nobody else out there is going to show you one of them. At least not a real one. By the way, the UFC package is 2-0 and up a full unit to start the day. UFC, there we go. Make sure I got everything in. Yeah, for the most part, I got everything in. Alrighty. We're locked, loaded, and ready to go. Sheriff says, I mean, if you want to contribute $9.99 to the members only, nobody will stand in your way. You just zell it to my cell phone number or Cash App to $Cappers Direct, and we'll definitely take care of you. Clint says we're trying to help you with the sales. Thank you, Clint. Who Dat Bob's loving that free. I know you would love it. I know you would. Sheriff says, Clint, got to keep the lights on, right? We got to keep the lights on. You don't want the screen to go black. Got to keep the lights on. Motel 6 where we leave the light on and somebody's got to pay that bill, right? Can we go over the Navy game? I suppose we can definitely hit the Navy game. We'll take a look at Notre Dame and Navy. It's definitely going to be an interesting game. Can Navy get a big win over 12th ranked Notre Dame? Gennaro, first of all, I can't even talk today. You're never bothering me to start. And I have one early play on the first fights, and then I have fights. Man, I can't. I'm thinking fights because I got UFC on. I have one early. I said fighting. I'm tired. Can you tell? I have one early play in college football, and everything else is later. Nick, I looked up your account, and I didn't see that you had it last week. I'm gonna double check. You purchased my game of the week last week, and you were not on Guaranteed Saturday last week. The last time you were on Guaranteed Saturday was on the 12th. You skipped last week. Let me just double check it. But I don't see. You do have access to FC's NBA Game of the Month today, though. And, yeah, that's it. Yeah, you purchased a Guaranteed Play Week package on the 10th of October. So you got the Saturday play on the 12th, which was a winner. And then you haven't purchased it again, but you did get the soccer credited to your account. And then you purchased my game of the week 2 weeks ago. Or last week, excuse me. James got to keep the pole spinning here. That pole's expensive. The electricity to keep it going. All right, we will definitely dumpster dive into the Notre Dame and Navy game. Navy 6-0, undefeated. They are at home. Let's take a look at Navy first and see what they have done. Stacy, thank you jumping on board my personal plays for today. Let's make today a great day. Victor Hugo fighting. A +5 total. I got a timeout. Interrupt. I mean, he's a +520 with a 14-win fight streak going. I mean, hot diggity dog. This should be a good fight right here. Navy, big wins over Charlotte, Air Force, UAB, Memphis, Temple, and Bucknell. Level of competition, we're going to grade and rate them a C-. Notre Dame, on the other hand, has had their struggles. I have absolutely trashed them and where they should be and shouldn't be early in the season, and they have definitely been delivering. After beating Texas A&M to open the year 23-13, they lost to Northern Illinois 16-14 in a game we were very happy that they lost. Then they came back and they absolutely smashed Purdue by 59 points, 66-7. Then they struggled, but they beat Miami of Ohio. They beat them 28-3 in a game they just struggled to score. And then Louisville last weekend in September. Can't talk today. They beat them by a touchdown, 31-24. And then they got Stanford, and they put the beat down on old Stanford, 49-7 at home. Then they went on the road last week against Georgia Tech and beat Georgia Tech down in Georgia 31-13. And here they are getting to play Navy. And I'd like to say, go Navy, go fight, win, let's, Navy pride and all that stuff. But, and I mean, I get it. Navy's going to run the ball. It's a very hard offense to handle. It shouldn't be that difficult for Notre Dame. Notre Dame smashed them last year, 42-3. So obviously Navy going to be looking for that get back, right? Do I think it happens? No, I don't. I know some of you guys are on Navy plus the 13.5. It's actually plus. You can get it at plus 13.5 at -102. You could probably get 14 at minus $1.12. FanDuel currently has Notre Dame laying 13.5 for the full game, minus $1.20. Total on that one sitting at 50.5. I'm going to be honest. I like Notre Dame here. I know some of you guys aren't going to want to hear that. But I do like Notre Dame, laying the 2 touchdowns here. What I miss in the chat? Matt says Notre Dame all day. Nick, no problem. Mr. Jones, thank you for joining us. Better late than never. And you ain't missing much. It's actually the first breakdown that we're doing. I do like Navy. I mean, not Navy. I do like Notre Dame against Navy. That's how tired I am. First half, Notre Dame's laying 7.5 minus 106. If it dropped to 7, I would jump on the first half, but I'm not. I can see that, Ronald, where Navy first quarter, first quarter bet on this one. I mean, Navy's obviously going to, try and control the clock and time of possession, but I mean, it's hard to do against a Notre Dame team. First quarter total on FanDuel is, plus or is over and under 10.5. They're giving you that extra hook, so you're going to have to be careful on that one if you choose to bet on that, which I would probably steer clear of that one. Um, the way both of these teams like to move the ball and have absolutely zero urgency to them, unless one of them gets a big rip and runs, a big 40, 50-yard run and they score quick, I could literally see this entire first half being 2 possessions, for 8+ minutes apiece, and it being a 7-0 final. Navy money line in the first quarter is plus 290. Or that's the 3-way. First quarter winner, they're plus 230. That may not be a bad wager there. Navy first quarter, especially if they get the ball first, get a coin flip and get the ball first, or get a stop and then drive in a score. JJ likes a total over. Robert, good morning. Oh, Hugo hurt, stunned him. Hugo stunned him there. Stunned him there with that punch. The Yukon game? Is that one of the early games? The Rice and Yukon game? Robert says, Kyle, thank you for all you do. System play hit. Your game of the week with the over smash and your personal plays with fire. Thank you. Thank you. Alex, we'll take a look at the Huskies a little bit later. But yeah, just remind me. Let's get through some of these 9 o'clock games first. Or 12 o'clock games for the East Coasters. Georgia Tech and Virginia Tech. Georgia Tech and Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech at home laying 10.5. Total on this one sitting at 52.5. Which I'd like to think might be a tad bit low on this one. Virginia Tech a minus 400 money line favorite. They did have their big win last Thursday. Actually 2 Thursdays ago. So, they're on their little bye week. Hugo with the... Oh, let's see if he can get this in. No. He's out. And now he's going to be stuck on the bottom and get his ass kicked here, probably. Remember, he's a plus 5 something in the... So Virginia Tech coming off their bye week. The last game against Boston College, they beat them 42-21. Before that, they had a big 31-7 win over Stanford. They took Miami to the brink a couple weeks ago. One of the games Miami kept escaping. They lost to Miami 38-34. They lost to Rutgers by 3, 26-23. They beat up Old Dominion. They beat Marshall. They lost to Vandy in the beginning of the year. This Hokies team is a strong team. Their record may not show it, but they are definitely capable. They get the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets today, who are 5-3 on the year, coming off their loss to Notre Dame on the 19th last week. Before that, they had a 7-point victory over North Carolina. They had that 10-point victory over Duke. They lost 31-19 to Louisville. This should definitely be a good game and a good matchup. I like Virginia Tech here. I don't know if I like them to lay that big 11, though, but I do like Virginia Tech. I think they're the better team. I think they've had the tougher schedule. I think it will show today. The over 52.5, the over and under, I do like the over in this one. I do like the over in this one. That first half number sitting at 27.5. That over 27.5 is plus money at plus 108. Not a big fan of the first half total per se. I think the game goes over, but I mean, full game total is 52.5, and you're gonna make me take a half plus 6. You know, just in the first half. So to me, that's not the most attractive. So not too crazy on the first half. But as far as the full game over, I do like the full game over. I don't have a bet on it. But I'm not opposed to it. And who knows? Maybe we'll cycle back and put a wager on it. Yep. Early UFC fights today. They're fighting in Abu Dhabi. So early fight card there. It's late there right now. Timothy says fun round. Definitely fun round. That was a good one. The dog was live there. The dog is live. Let's take a look at live odds on this one if we can. If I could scroll over real quick and see. Oh, it's off the board. It was just live. Let's see if it pops back up. I'm curious where they have Hugo now. Hugo went from a plus 520 to start the fight to a plus 300 live. Oh. I don't have the volume on, so I don't get to hear any of the action. But I'm kind of curious how they scored that first round. I only saw a glimpse and pieces of it out of my eye. Alex, or not Alex, Agrix, Anthony asks, what's the cutoff time for Guaranteed Saturday? Great question. 3:30 Eastern time is the cutoff. 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific time is the cutoff for Guaranteed Saturday. It's early this week. Not the first round of games. It's the second round. Jesus, right? Yeah, it's a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before he gets them. Did he win the first round? I only saw I mean, Hugo's back to a plus 520. Mauricio, I have no idea. I'm figuring it's just something that's regulated in the state here. This is, I mean, every state has their own. Like Nevada doesn't get all the same player props as the rest of the world does, you know. Mudpreneur, thank you. Thank you. Great day to you as well. All right, back to college football. Let me cycle back on over there. But again, lean towards Virginia Tech in this one. Daryl jumping on board. You bought my game of the week. I think you wanted a different package. My game of the week is not today. My game of the week was yesterday. But I mean, you'll have it for next week. Richard jumping on board my personal plays. Glad to have you on board. Ricky Brown jumping on board personals and premiums. Nick jumping on board my personal plays as well as the guaranteed play week package. Mike jumping on board my personal plays. Federo, if you're in the chat, let me know. Were you trying to buy it for next week, or did you want to get... I can make sure... I mean, we've got Guaranteed Saturday today, which is a little bit more expensive than that. But then there's also the FC Group's NBA Game of the Month tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, cutoff time. I can swap it to the NBA one if you want. If you're in the chat, just let me know. Alrighty. Next one. Let's take a look at the North Carolina and Virginia game. Let's take a look at that North Carolina and Virginia game next. This also should be a good one. Ricardo, thanks for jumping on board my personal place. Glad to have you on board, brother. Mudpreneur says UNC money line for me. Coming right up, Edward. I'll throw them in your account. You know me, Edward. I gotcha. Better log into your account. Don't want you to miss out. Better log into the account, Edward. You're good to go. All right, lost my live chat. There we go. Alex likes Virginia. I will say, Sheriff, it's a little early for salmon, though. It's only 8:29 here in the morning. Did look good, though, but I'm not a salmon eater. Anthony in the chat, thanks for jumping on board the Guaranteed Play Week Package. You're going to have a good time. All right, North Carolina and Virginia. Virginia, let's start there. 4-3 on the year. Coming off the 48-31 beatdown by Clemson. Clemson just never decided to stop them. They did lose to Louisville 24-20. They beat Boston College 24-14. They beat Coastal Carolina 43-24. Lost to Maryland, beat Wake Forest, and beat Richmond in the beginning of the year. Here they are. They're going to be laying 3.5 at home against North Carolina. They're a minus 166 money line favorite with that total sitting at over and under 58. They're going to get a 3-4 North Carolina team who's going to be looking for a big win today. North Carolina has lost, 4 straight games? They have just straight fallen apart after starting the year out 3-0 with wins over Minnesota, which wasn't a big win. They beat them 19-17. They beat Charlotte 38-20, which damn well they should have. And then they beat NC Central 45-10, which they should have. And then they ran into JMU. If you remember that game, JMU absolutely gave the recipe to expose them. And JMU just absolutely demolished them that game. And we just kept betting the total over. We got 120 points in that game. Then they lost by 1 to Duke, 21-20. Then they lost by 10 to Pittsburgh. And then they just lost by 7 to Georgia Tech. So North Carolina trying to turn their season around after starting 3-0. But of those 3 wins, I mean, who did they have that's a quality start? Minnesota in the beginning of the season, and they won by 2. And they faced anybody who's, got half of a pulse, and they're now 0-4 in the last 4 games. So I think Virginia's live here. I don't know if I necessarily want to lay 3.5 on them. If I was going to do anything, I want to bet North Carolina. Trust me. But after what I've seen for four straight weeks, all 7 games, they haven't been an explosive team that can beat a quality program or hang in. I mean, they can hang in with some quality programs. But if I was going to do anything, I'd probably take Virginia money line in this one. The total going over and under 58. I think it has the making to go over. I think both defenses can give up a lot of points. But again, to me, I'm staying away on this one. I'm not touching it. I'll let you guys do that one. But I mean, if I did anything, I lean towards Virginia, and that's just like a really small lean. I like the over better than I do the lean on Virginia. But if you guys made me choose a side, that's where it would go. So not a huge fan of this game today. I'd rather lay my money on Notre Dame against Navy. And let me tell you, anytime I seem to bet Notre Dame, I get fucking beat. You know? So I'm staying off of that one as well. But again, I see this one that could be, it has the making to be a shootout. First half number is sitting at 29.5, minus 106. So I'm off of that. First quarter number sitting at 13.5. I like the over 13.5 in the first quarter. Second quarter total on this one sitting at 16.5. I like the second quarter over. All right, I like both first and second quarter overs. I like the second quarter more than I do the first quarter, though, and I'm just being honest with you there. So, and I'm going to bet the second quarter, not a lot, to win $300 on the second quarter over 16.5. So, and I'm going to bet the first quarter as well, over 13.5 to win $250. So if for some reason I lost the first quarter and I win the second quarter, I'm going to make a little bit of profit, not a lot, maybe enough to I'd lose 260, win 300. Buy me a couple cocktails. But I will screenshot it and get it up on the screen for you guys. But here's two wagers that I like. And if for some reason the first doesn't hit, I think the second will be an easy one. JJ says take Navy plus the 14. That's going to be a hard pass for me on that one. I just don't see how Navy could hang in. And that's just me being straight up and honest. But we already broke down that one. Manuel, are we doing the live show after this one? Absolutely. Members only. Members only live, of course. Of course. So you'll have to log into your account that's got the green name on it. Some little wagers there, but that's more of a strategic bet. If I don't hit the first one, I really think we'll hit the second one. And I think if we don't hit the first one, it's because they're literally about to get that second score, and it happens within like the first minute of the second quarter. Definitely a hell of an effort by him there. Alrighty. Moving right along. Ronaldo says she'll mess around and hit both. I hope so. Chef Bear in the house. Chef Bear in the house. Alrighty, we're going to move right along. Don't worry, Alex, I didn't forget about your Huskies request. We'll take a look at that one here in a few minutes. By the way, the FC group, they have 3 college football plays today, and then they also have their NBA game of the month. Their 3 college football plays do not start until 3:30 Eastern time. That is when the first game that they have starts. Just saying. Jesus says, think the Dodgers win in a blowout today? You know, they're definitely rolling with momentum from Freddie's grand slam. Yamamoto against Rodon today. Ooh, man, this is going to be a great matchup. Again, another total of 8.5. Yesterday's game somehow went over. All them underbetters were fucking celebrating yesterday. They were all celebrating until they weren't. Rodon strikeouts at 4.5. Yamamoto strikeouts at 5.5. At plus 130. Ugh. You know, you can get him at 5 minus 188 in the playoffs. That's a lot. That's a lot. Got to steer clear of that one. Dodgers minus 144 on the money line. If you're not betting the Dodgers, they may not win today, but I don't think if you're not betting the Dodgers, you're just flat out missing out in the long haul. Again, I stand by my statement yesterday. I believe betting other things in this game to hit a home run. We missed that one parlay because, who was it? Mookie didn't get a hit yesterday. Judge a plus 200 to hit a home run. Ohtani a plus 300 today. Mookie plus 400. Freddie Freeman, they dropped him to a plus 560. Maybe he goes yard again back to back. Gleyber Torres a plus 750. Soto plus 310. I think if you pick and choose maybe one of these, you'll have a better opportunity at making some money. But if when in doubt, just bet the Dodgers. Ronaldo was over 9. You must have bet it late then because it was 8.5 all day. Or maybe they had it different for you over there. But it was 8.5 here. Yeah, they walked bets in the last inning. Karen, how was the game? I see you said that it was epic. I bet that was awesome to witness. Stadium looked like it was going crazy. Alrighty, moving right along. Back to college football. And by the way, that second members-only live show will be geared 100% towards live wagering. 100% towards live wagering. We will be going over all the games, keeping our eye on the games that are going on, and we will be seeing what we can do. If you're not a YouTube exclusive member, you're going to miss out. You will not have access to the second live show. This live show is ending here shortly. If you're not a YouTube exclusive member, you're going to miss out. Here is the link below. You can click the join button down below, the $ down below. It's literally $9.99 to $14.99 a month to join, to get access to the members only live show. And there's a link down below. Click that link and join. You'll have access to it. Additional plays as well, and additional videos. So, yeah, this next fight's going to be fun. It's like Derek Lewis's fat baby brother coming up next. Do I like Rodon over 14.5 recorded outs for minus 132? I'm not a fan of any pitching props in that one. I think there's other ways to make money, especially having to risk juice. I'd rather go put money on Ohtani or bets to hit a home run today. Les says you'll make it back during the show, right? Definitely make it back during the show. Barnett is 900 pounds. Yeah, he's not a small boy. He's not a small boy. Look at how much energy he exerts just on his walkout, though, with his dances. I mean, he's a plus 530. He's a plus 950. To win by KO. It's so crazy to see the total rounds over 1.5 in the big boy fights. Should be a fun one. Give me 1 second here. Alrighty. He's going to gas out with a dancing has right? Les says up here in the north, we call that a baby Bigfoot. Oh, you're killing me. Les says 16 minutes till kickoff. So that gives us like what? About 10 minutes here. I mean, there's a big reason he's a massive underdog. I can't even pronounce Kennedy's last name. Nizchikwu. Whatever his name is. The minus 750 moneyline favorite. Mr. Grover. Jungle Boy is what they call him. Manuel says it's almost time for the max parlay. Go get on it, guys. Easy win. $25 guaranteed to win for the max fight pick parlay. Should be fun. Gennaro, thank you for jumping on board not only premium plays, but my personal plays as well. Glad to have you double dipping. By the way, guaranteed Saturday, if you guys are not on it, it is an earlier one today. It's not the early fights, but the cutoff time is 3:30 Eastern time. And then tonight is the FC Group's NBA Game of the Month tonight. So don't miss out. By the way, Nizchikwu to win by KO or TKO minus 175. For him to win inside the distance is minus 250. Tyler, thank you for jumping on board and joining the Cap Nation family. You are welcome. You are welcome to our family, Tyler. Welcome to have your name in green. And we will see you in the Members Only live show. Which, by the way, so here's the schedule. We're going to go live for probably 10 more minutes here. Enough time to do another breakdown on the game Alex recommended, which I wanted to do anyway, so he was reading my mind. That's why I saved it for last. We'll do that breakdown, then we'll get off the live show. If you guys have enough likes, maybe we'll do a giveaway. If you don't, not my fault. But then we'll be right back live about 15 minutes later for the Members Only live show, which is going to be a blast. It always is. And again, I can't promise you how many bets we make. I mean, we've had it where we make 2 bets. We've had it where we make 13 bets. You know, everything just depends on the live and the schedule and how things are looking and how things are going. But one thing that I've proven is that if we're losing, we're definitely not chasing. We're very strategic in our bets. Obviously, if we're winning, we'll take a few extra shots here and there, you know, if they are in our favor. But for the most part, it's very strategic what we do, and it's why we're profitable. It is why we are profitable when it comes to that. I'm actually really looking forward to this fight. So let's jump into that last breakdown, which Alex asked if we would do the Rice and Yukon game, and we will absolutely reach out and touch Rice and Yukon today. This is one of the afternoon games. It is a 3:30 Eastern time game, which, by the way, this is not guaranteed Saturday. But Guaranteed Saturday goes down at the same time. So if you ain't on board for Guaranteed Saturday, get off your butts, go to the website, cappersdirect.com, click on that Guaranteed tab, and get on board. All right? Let's see how fast Barnett gasses here. He's like the fat, short, baby brother version of Derek Lewis, which he's got a big fight coming up soon, which I can't wait for. Rice on the road. They've won 2 games all year. They're 2-5 overall. They're a 6.5 point underdog here. Coming off their 14-point loss to Tulane. They lost 24-10. They beat UTSA 29-27. They lost to Charlotte 21-20. Army smoked the absolute crap out of them 37-14. They lost to Houston, got their butts kicked. They did beat Texas Southern 69-7 somehow, some way. And taking a look at Yukon, the Huskies. The Huskies are 4-3. 4-3. Coming off a 3-point loss to Wake Forest on the 19th last week. Before that, they had a big 29-20 win over Temple. They had that 47-3 win over Buffalo. They had a 48-14 win over Florida Atlantic. They lost by 5 to Duke. They smoked Merrimack in their gimme game. I almost feel bad for Barnett. He's just so short he can't get in. Anytime he gets anywhere close to getting in, he's eating a shot. Mouth is open, sweating, moving a little slow already. Thank you, Tyler. Good luck to everybody as well. Sheriff Edwards says the losing only happened one time for the record, right? Thank you. Thanks for putting that out there. I probably made it sound like we lose all the time, but no. Lives, usually we win. Lives, we usually win. As far as this game goes, you know, you get Yukon laying 6.5. To me, I really think is a bargain. I think they should be much higher as a favorite here, not just 6.5 points, not just laying a touchdown. I see him winning by at least 2 touchdowns in this game. I almost put this one on my personal plays. This one almost made the card, but it didn't. It very well could have. That's how much I like it. I did bet it while we're live right now. $590 to win 500. I will post that on the screen because that is your morning free play. We'll get that on the screen here, but that is your free play for today. Yukon laying 6.5. Poll is spinning, as you can see in there. You will be winning. Yukon laying 6.5 is a free play. And that is not one of the early games. You want early action, we got in that North Carolina game with some quarter totals. Barnett starting to wheeze out there. Look at, oh, he's limping. He's limping. Oh, he's done. He's done. He's done. Barnett is done. He's hanging on. He just took a couple knees to the stomach. Oh, he's done. Easy work for Nischiwu, or however you pronounce his name. Sheriff says every flight with a layover will guarantee touchdown twice today. Love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Look at this knee on the replay. He missed with that big kick. Look at his knee. This knee was fucking gnarly right in his fat gut, man. He was so close to landing that roundhouse to the head. I mean, if he was about a foot taller, he might have been able to reach. Oh, that knee. It hurt me watching it. And he ate two of those right back pretty close. Oh, he's still down and he's just now standing on his feet. Oh. Ronald says, let's have some fun. I did your personals, premium, FC's parlay, NBA game, free play video. We'll get it Saturday, $20. For $20 with a 10% boost, pays $13.24. The hell yeah. Krypton token should taking the under, right? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Next fight should be a good one. All right, you guys know what time it is. Time to get on out of here. And we're going to reset. I got to do a reset on the computer. I got to shut down the entire system, reboot it, so that way I can get the next live feed up and there won't be any lag or anything. Oh, he's... What a baby. Come on. I know you just got your ass kicked. Did he hurt his ankle before the fight even started? He did. He hurt his ankle before the fight even started. Oh, my God. Alex, I went over it a little bit. I don't have much time. I went over it a tad bit. Maybe I'll go more in depth on the second live show. All right, guys, we'll be back live in 20 minutes. We'll be back live in 20 minutes. And we'll see you guys members only live. I got to create it, and then I'll start the feed. We'll start a few minutes before I actually go live, so that way you guys can chat and whatnot. But we'll see you guys live in 20 minutes for members only. And again, no matter what, wager responsibly. Remember that. All right, guys, go get on board. It's going to be a fun morning. Good luck, everybody.